To make macadamia cheese, first soak the macadamia nuts overnight. Then add the drained nuts to a blixer or high-speed blender. Note, if you do not mind a cheese with a bit of texture, you could also use a regular food processor. However, for the best results, a blixer or high-speed blender should be used for optimum smoothness. Next, add a touch of water. Depending on the equipment used, you may need to add more water, which is okay as the cheese will be strained and pressed afterwards anyway. Next, add the probiotic and blend. Scrape the sides as needed and continue to blend until you reach a nice smooth consistency. This is the consistency you are looking for. Ideally, the cheese should feel smooth with very little to no trace of the nut texture to it. But again, this will depend on the equipment used. At this point, scrape the mixture into a strainer lined with a mesh bag or a piece of cheesecloth. Draw the strings of the bag and twist to secure it. Place a small plate over the cheese and press to flatten it out a bit. Next, place a heavy weight, such as a bowl of dried beans or a large can, onto the plate. The weight will help to press out any excess water during the culturing process, which will ultimately determine the firmness of the cheese. Cover everything with a clean cloth or breathable piece of mesh. Let culture at room temperature for at least 12 to 14 hours. Depending on how tangy you like your cheese, it can be left to culture for up to 24 hours. At this point, remove from the mesh bag. You can see how nice the final texture is. Pressing the cheese rather than hanging it makes it drier and therefore easier to shape and mold. Once cultured, place into the refrigerator for up to 10 days. This cheese base can be used as a spread, in salads, or as part of a non-dairy cheese platter.